Hi, everyone. I'm Julia from Krannich Solar. Thanks for joining our webinar today with SolarEdge. Before we get started, I'm just going to give a quick presentation about Krannich. Krannich Solar is headquartered in Germany and was founded by Kurt Krannich. Since being founded, Krannich has expanded into 23 different countries with the capability to ship to over 100 countries. Krannich Solar has been a strong partner to PV installers since 1995 and offers everything that is required to begin and finish your solar installation. Our international purchasing power helped us build strong relationships with your favorite manufacturers, such as SolarEdge, to secure the best pricing and availability. With a growing market share, Krannich Solar is a privately owned and self-financed company that ranks among the leading solar wholesalers worldwide. Our experience in delivering solar products worldwide for the last 26 years has made us experts in our field. In 2005, Krannich expanded into the US with our US headquarters in New Jersey. We also have another main branch in California with additional warehouses across the nation, including our warehouses in the Midwest and Northern California. We recently opened a branch in Florida and are expanding into Texas. We are growing every day, so keep an eye out for where we might be next. Our US team consists of over 60 employees that service the Americas and strive to offer the best services and options to our partners. Throughout the years, we have grown our product portfolio to provide over 5,000 products. We have partnered with leading manufacturers worldwide to offer the best material for a project of any size, whether it's an off-grid system, 4-paneled shingled roof, or a megawatt flat roof. Working with Krannich means you'll never work alone. With our streamlined ordering process, each customer at Krannich receives a dedicated sales rep to walk them through each step of the ordering process, from project design to on-site delivery. The solar industry is always innovating and changing. At Krannich, we do our best to make sure you know about the latest products and technologies available. We team up with industry leaders and seasoned professionals to train you firsthand on everything you need to know, and it'll always be for free. This concludes my portion for this webinar. Here is our contact information if you would like to reach out for a quote or if you have any questions regarding the products or services we offer. Thank you again for joining us, and now I'm going to be passing it along to SolarEdge.
All right, folks, good afternoon. This is Kleber Facchini with SolarEdge. Let me go ahead and start, start sharing my screen here. All right. So just to begin to start with, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. So my name is Kleber Facchini. I'm the Director of Product Management and Product Marketing for North America for the CNI and utility scale products. Okay, and today we'll be talking about specifically for CNI products, right? I mean, like I would say for behind the meter, for front the meter, rooftop and ground mount applications for your applications. Okay, and now how you can benefit from our products as you install rooftop and ground mount CNI projects. Okay, so I'll go over, I have a few slides here to show. I do have a couple of videos as well that I'm going to be showing, which a lot of times, videos, they do a good job, to kind of to summarize and to really to highlight the features that we have. Okay, I'm also going to be introducing to you folks a few exciting new products and that we have actually we have introduced during RE Plus last week, and also going to be talking about a couple of new features, on our existing products. Okay, all right. So that's the agenda. SolarEdge Commercial Solutions, our inverters, and also what's new. The S-Series power optimizers that we introduced last week during RE Plus. For the folks that were there, that were able to see what we had new. But if you're not, I'll be happy, to after this call to go over the details. Also talk, remind everyone about the Advantage program, okay, and some of the resources, and then we're going to do a Q&A. All right. So I don't want to stay here much, on this slide, but that's kind of like it's an impressive, number. SolarEdge. So SolarEdge is the #1 inverter company revenue globally. Okay, and we have grown, and we have just it's very exciting, to be with the company, and very excited. Our products are really helping customers, and this is that's reflected by the revenue, by the fact that we're a #1 solar inverter company. Okay, Q2 2022 revenue closed, $730 million. And numbers also, that one I also like to mention is that we have shipped close to 100 million power optimizers and 4 million inverters shipped. So, and our reliability is improving, and our reliability is really it's great. And so for the folks, that have our products, they know that from a safety perspective as well. Okay. So right now I'm going to play a video, and this video, it's from 2021, but I would like you folks, to pay attention. That provides to you the manufacturing experience, and what we try to do at SolarEdge, like from a quality perspective, from starting from the manufacturing. Okay, so I'll play the video. This video is about 2 minutes. Let me go ahead. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to the slides here. Okay, so that video, really to show the manufacturing facility that we have in Israel, and then from there, we use also to create the footprint of other manufacturing facilities that we have across the globe. Okay, so the same quality that we have there is also brought into the other facilities. Okay. So, in summary, right? What we're going to be talking about. Well, one of the things, that I like to start from a perspective, right? To show what are the 4 points, 4 key benefits, that the SolarEdge in our architecture and our topology yields, because we use DC optimization. Okay, and it's a maximizing energy yield, because with the DC optimizer that we have, we do module level MPPT. We reduce the balance of system costs because with DC optimization, you have longer strings, you have the possibility to put up to 60 modules per string, and therefore you have fewer strings per inverter, okay? And safety, advanced safety as well. So because with the DC optimizer, as soon as there is a problem in the inverter, as soon as there is a fault at the array or the AC grid, you have the DC optimizer shuts down and the output voltage is reduced to 1 volt, such that the string voltage level is around 30 volts DC. Okay, so that making safe, and that's how we achieve the rapid shutdown requirement for rooftop applications. And also O&M costs as well. We reduce the O&M costs because DC optimizers, because of we have that module level power electronics for every 2 modules, you are able to see, you're able to monitor and to understand and to monitor power and voltage at the module level. Okay, so those are the main 4 pillars, you know what I mean, that's why we provide benefits, you know what I mean, to maximization on energy yield, reduction of BOS cost, a balance of system costs, advanced safety, and lower O&M costs. Okay, so I'll go over some of this. Okay, and so just from a safety perspective, I know that there are a lot of folks, you know me, out there that I mean, safety is something that, I mean, it is a topic that's really getting front stage, right? I mean, the industry, not only from a rooftop perspective, but also for ground mounts. And here's what we provide, right? I mean, because we have this optimization, we shut down, we achieve rapid shutdown at the module level. We also have the arc fault protection at the inverter level, and also I'm going to talk to you folks about like also at the connector level. We monitor the temperature sensing at the terminal blocks, at DC and AC terminal blocks, and we also have surge protections. Okay, from the DC and AC, and also the control level, we provide surge protection for inverters, and everything, you know, is wrapped into our monitor level, our monitoring, which from asset management, so and asset managers are able to see what's going on at the PV array. Okay, so it's a holistic PV safety approach. Okay, and here is, I mean, one thing that I like to show this this picture here that provides, right? I mean, what from a CNI perspective, what is it, you know, I mean, that our products, you know, I mean, offer. So we have at the roof level, right? I mean, we have, like I mentioned to you, we have the optimizer, and we connect the optimizers, 1 optimizer per 2 modules. That's our solution for commercial applications, 1 optimizer per 2 modules. And then those optimizers, they're strung together and they're brought into the inverters, right? I mean, we have inverters from 10 kVA all the way to 120 kVA. And all of that is monitored using our monitor platform. Our monitor platform is something, it's a free platform, you know what I mean, that comes with every single inverter, you know, every single inverter and optimizer that you folks buy. And also one thing that you mentioned is that warranty. The optimizers, they come with 25-year warranty. The inverters, it's a 12-year warranty standard, and you can be extended up to 20 years. And monitor platform, you know, it's free for 25 years, including the data the data that we store as well, the data storage. Okay. So that's kind of like I would say as a nutshell, right? I mean, what we provide from a commercial perspective, showing from the rooftop, from the optimizer module level, all the way to the cloud, all the way to that, how you monitor your PV plant or PV project. And that's what we mean. I mean, that's from an equipment perspective, but also, I mean, we also provide a lot of services, right? I mean, we provide tools that I'll be talking about here next, We provide tools, from a design perspective in pre-sale. So project design and pre-sale, which is our designer tool, and I'll talk about this in the next slide here. That helps you, to design, helps you, to verify if the project is correctly designed. And then from a project execution, we help you folks, from a design validation. We make sure that the design is correct, and the designer also provides that. Be talking about that. We do training, right? We have like material online for installation manuals, not only from an equipment, but also how to install the equipment, optimizers, the monitor platform, inverters, and all the accessories that we provide. And operation and maintenance, right? We have our monitor platform that provides fleet management, alerts that are able, right, to determine, for you to know what's going on, what the issue is before you go to the plant, and is able, right, to provide you with reports as well on power, on energy production reports, issues report, right, and so that you can understand what's going on your asset. So as I mentioned, so this is the SolarEdge Designer, which we have, and this is, a lot of folks, a lot of our customers, they take advantage of this. But and this is a tool that, I like to say that, it is a hidden gem, like, because it's not something, that many people they're taking advantage yet. However, it is a tool that's available. It's a free. There is no licensing, no subscription fee for you to use that. It is a tool that, you can go and see. You can kind of tell the tool where your project is going to be, either rooftop and ground mount, and you can start, using the tool, for stringing and design validation of your project. With that tool, you're able to understand how many inverters are going to be needed, what power optimizer that you need, that you need to use, and that you're going to be needing, and also provides you with the layout of that plant. Okay, and not only that, it also gives you, it runs an estimated monthly energy, the production of the plant as well, right? Based on where the plant is going to be, the module, the inverters, and the power optimizer. So it gives you that it's the energy production estimation for that plant, and everything is free here. Okay, and not only that, once you design that can be exported to the monitor platform, because in the monitor platform, you're going to want to have the layout of the plant so that you understand where the inverters are, where the power optimizers are, and you understand, right, if there is a problem, you can send your crew there to know where the problem is. Okay, so using the designer, it automatically transfers, it exports the layout to the monitor platform, so that it's easier for management later on. Okay, so if you have more questions, please let us know, and this is something that we can provide you with training, can provide you with more details on this tool. But it's something that, again, it's free, no licensing, no fees for subscription. Okay, so talking about services, so now let's start to dive in a little further, into the product. So this is the inverter, it's been in the market for about a year and a half, and it's a powerful platform that we have. That's what we call the Synergy inverter, and it's the Synergy because we have 3 units, 2 or 3 units, 3-unit inverters connected together via our Synergy manager. Okay, that's the box that you see under the 3 inverter units, and that's where it has the DC disconnect. Okay, so this platform, the way that it comes, right? So from a power rating perspective, you have at 208 volts, there is an option for 208 volts AC. and you have a 50 kW, 50 kilowatt size. And at 480 volts, we have an 80, a 100, a 110, and a 120 kW size. Okay. What's new here from this rating is that the 110 kW is new to this lineup, and we created the 110 kW to provide the user power factor support room, or like kVAR headroom. So the 110 kW can provide up to plus minus 0.91 power factor and still keep the 110 kW. So it's 110 kW at plus minus 0.91. Okay. Oversizing DC to AC ratio, right? I mean, so it's some folks call DC to AC ratio, others oversizing. Well, this is new. It used to be 150%, and we have increased to 175% DC to AC ratio. And this is for you users, for you our customers. You can take advantage of that to increase the energy production of your plant. Okay. So that's new. That's already in our data sheets. And if you have any questions, please let us know. We'll be glad to help you, with questions, and if there's any questions, on how to size your inverters, to take advantage of that. PID rectifier, right? I mean, we have that available as a standard. And we have pre-commissioning process, right? I mean, we have you before you leave the plant. I mean, as soon as you install the inverter and before AC connection is brought into the plant, there is a possibility to do pre-commissioning so that you can verify, right? I mean, what's going on. I mean, you can do you could check your settings, make sure that all configurations are correctly, such that you spend the less time on site. I already talked about the enhanced safety, about the thermal sensors we have on the DC-AC terminal blocks. Surge protection devices that are monitoring field replaceable, and each of these inverters, because it's modular, right? I mean, so each of these units is inverter units about 70 pounds, and the Synergy Manager is about 50 to 60 pounds. So it's easier for installation and it's easier for maintenance. And another thing that's new, it's the single DC input for all of the Synergy units. Before, it just used to be for the ground mount unit. Now, also for the rooftop units, is also the single DC input is new, so that you don't need to bring all of the strings, to the inverter, and you're able to use DC combiner boxes near the array and bring aluminum or larger cables, aluminum and copper cables. So just a quick overview. I also want to kind of, this is I can say we can make this presentation available to you, but I also want to highlight here quickly, right, how we went from the old to the new offering. And also we have available from a new offering perspective, like the single unit, we have 10 kilowatts, 17.3 kilowatts at 208 volts AC. We have a 30 and a 40 kW at 480 volts AC. Okay, so I know this is a very busy slide, but I want to make sure that you folks understand that we have moved, from some units like that used to be what we used to offer, that are now new offerings, and we're already from the right-hand side here already talked about the Synergy units in the previous slide. Okay, so now one thing that I'm excited, let's kind of move a little bit to optimizers, okay? And we currently have the P1100 and P1101 in our commercial lineup, and we're introducing the S series power optimizers. Okay, so the S series is the S1200 and S1201, and 1200 meaning because now you can go can support up to 600 watt modules. And 1200 is for ground mounts, 1201 is for the rooftop that has the rapid shutdown, that meets the rapid shutdown requirements. This new optimizer, besides all the electrical characteristics that I gave you, also has a new feature that measures, it's what we call the Sense Connect. It measures the temperature of one of the output connector and alerts the asset manager alerts you, the owner, if there is a problem with the connector. There are several. The problem is that that a lot of connectors, right? That they start because of wear and tear, they're starting to fail, and when they fail, they start to kind of to heat up. Okay, and this optimizer is there to detect that increase in temperature, increase that trend in higher temperature. And once that happens, the optimizer turns off the system. Okay, we'll talk a little more about this. And here's the problem, right? So that's I got so this is a something that I got from PVL. So PVL released a report, and according to them, they did like a study that more than 70% of the commercial industrial projects inspected have serious connector issues. Okay, and we talked to some customers, that have had this issue. Okay, and this is what happens if it's not caught early, the connector issue, that will likely lead to catastrophic failures. Okay, so that's the problem that this new optimizer is solving. Okay, catching early. So let's move on, and I'll show to you folks another video here. So let me kind of get the video going. Video 2. All right. All right, let's go back here to the presentation. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so to recap, right, I just presented the new S-Series DC optimizer monitors for abnormal temperature changes in the connectors. If an abnormal condition changes, right, it is detected, meaning that an imminent arc is possible. Safe DC, which is like reducing, whenever you reduce, remember I mentioned to you that whenever you have the optimizer reduced to 1 volt, the output side is activated and the DC array voltage level will be kept at a safe voltage level. The location of the potential issue is reported via the monitor platform so that it can be further investigated. This means early detection for potential issues, avoiding catastrophic events. Okay. Some more information about this optimizer besides safety, right? Like I mentioned, the optimizer supports 2 modules with power levels up to 600 watts. so addressing the increasing module power levels. And this optimizer with a 20 amp output current level supports even longer strings, leading to balance of system savings, and plus allowing for continuous and granular data for asset management optimization. Okay, so that's the optimizer. That's the S1200 that we just released. It is available for purchasing right now, and it's available for projects in Q1 2023. Okay, so if you have any further questions, let us know, and we'll be happy to provide you with more details and to help you design your project with this new optimizer. All right, so what does that mean, right? I mean, we mentioned about like the benefits. Let's kind of just talk briefly here about the benefits, right? I mean, that we discussed, that we have in this platform, right? So we like to run like project comparisons between our solution, right? I mean, SolarEdge solution, and other traditional string inverters or traditional inverters that we have out there. This is just a sample, right? I mean, we did a sample of a 3.4, 3.5 megawatt plant with bifacial modules, a ground mount, and it's located in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, with our SE120 and our a previous optimizer, which is the P950, right, that we did. And so that's the benefit that we have here. From an energy production perspective, in year one, we produce more energy than the traditional inverter. In year 20, we produce even more, right? I mean, so you gain about 2% of energy in year one and close to 6% in year 20. And why is that? Again, it's because we're doing energy harvesting at the panel level. And not only that, and why is it that kind of increases the difference, you know what I mean, like towards year 20? That's because since we're doing panel level energy production, you are taking into account, you know what I mean, the panel, the maximum power point of each two panels, okay? So you're not kind of, when you do string level optimization or string level energy harvesting, the weakest panel is going to dictate how much you get from that string, right? From an energy perspective. So we deal better with differences in degradation of the panel, right? And we do better, right? I mean, like I would say, as the panels, as shading come and go, as issues happen, right? I mean, so with the panel, especially with degradation and bifaciality as well, that's when we were able to produce more energy than others. So this is based on a PV system analysis that we did. Now, from a balance of system perspective, so this is actually something we also did, and again, I mentioned to you, because we produce and we are able to regulate the DC voltage going to the inverter, the DC voltage level of the string, we are able to put more panels in series, whereas traditional inverters can place up to call like 25 to 27 panels. With our inverter, we can put, I mean, our solution can do up to 50 panels in series, or even 60 panels in strings, you know, I mean, depending on the panels that you're using and depending on the optimizer, okay? So longer strings, fewer strings per system, okay? And that's what it translates, right? I mean, from a balance of system perspective, you gain, right? I mean, like from a balance of system, 1.8 cents total, and that's divided for this specific example. It's about evenly distributed for DC labor and DC material. And again, because you have fewer strings, fewer wiring, less wiring, less stringing, fewer combiner boxes, fewer fuses, and that's why we're able to save on balance of system as well. Okay, so higher energy and better, and you save on balance of system as well. So let's now start kind of going back a little bit at the higher level, And I want to mention to you, I mean, for the folks who are used, you know, that already use our products, they might be familiar about the Advantage program. And for the folks who don't know this, I mean, so please, I mean, this is something that you need to take care, that you need to take advantage of. Okay, so this is a program that we provide. It's kind of like it's a performance guarantee on our power optimizers. Okay, so in case one optimizer goes down, we'll pay to you. We will provide you like a reimbursement in the energy production, and also we'll provide you reimbursement on the truck roll that's needed for that. So we'll send you the optimizer, we'll send you a check, right, on that, and so that for the first 2 years of the program, okay, of the plant life. So that's the benefit. I mean, we trust our optimizer so much, right? I mean that we bank the production, we guarantee the production of the optimizers. Customers that have taken advantage of this, they love it. However, I mean, a lot of times they don't notice because it's such a small amount, you know, I mean, that they are getting because of our optimizers. They are very reliable and they don't fail often. Okay, but if they do, if something should happen, we have this advantage program available for you. Okay. One thing that we also do is, I mean, this is with regards to certification training as well for installers. For you folks installers, you know me, if you want to get certified, to get trained, get certified on how to install our equipment, we have training available on our website. Okay, customers, you know me, that does a lot of installation, they take advantage of this, and this is something that you get advantage, you get NABCEP credits. Okay, and it's not, I mean, this is something online that you can take at your time, and it takes about 4 hours to complete it. But again, as you take this, right, I mean, you gain more experience and they're less likely to have issues as you install our equipment. And resources, right? I mean, what we have in terms of resources. So we have, you can go online. We have all of our commercial catalog. We have, like, let's say, catalogs in terms from a perspective of customers, investors, and also we have data sheets, right? I mean, everything that you need in manuals as well that you have for, like, I would say, resources available in our website. We also have case studies as well, you know, I mean, that a lot of times, you know, I mean, folks, installers or like developers or APCs would like to understand where we have installed our systems. And we also have that available, you know, I mean, online, not only from a rooftop, but also from a ground mount perspective, you know, I mean, that we have case studies to provide that to you. And we're always releasing, right? I mean, webinars, papers. We just released a safety white paper, you know, I mean, with Bill Brooks on the safety, on why our systems, you know, I mean, why our topology, why our solution make systems more to make it safer from whenever a ground fault or an arc fault happen. So that's also available online, and we're always refreshing our page. So that I encourage you folks to go out there and have a look at the resource that we have online. So last slide here. What's the main takeaway? What are the 3 takeaways, you know, I mean, that I presented here, you know, I mean, in terms of SolarEdge? Is that, I mean, with a SolarEdge solution with DC optimization, you're producing more energy, so you're keeping energy up, cost down, right? I mean, so there are some cases, especially with the larger inverters that we are releasing, with the larger power optimizers that we're releasing. We've seen that we're reducing up to 50% of reduction in balance of system costs. And we're generate 5 to 10% more in terms of energy production from year 1 all the way to year 20. So along the whole life of the plant. Okay. And we are not only that's from an energy perspective, but from an O&M perspective, operation and maintenance, as I mentioned, because we have monitoring level monitoring, we have what we call continuous and granular data. Okay, with that continuous and granular data, right, you don't need to have IV curve tracing. It eliminates the need for IV curve tracing and reduces or even eliminates the need to fly drones or to fly aerial inspection, because you know what's going on and you understand, right? And you can do like you can plot power, you can plot voltage and understand what's going on at the module level. Not only that, now with the Sense Connect, you're also able to understand, to pick issues before it happens on connectors, which could only be caught with the thermal imagery on the ground level, someone going out doing the ground inspection. And safety, right? That I mentioned is that safety is something that is really taking center, right? On the industry, the topic is really it's really increasing because of the issues that we have had in the past, in the recent past. And we provide, we provide a safer system. We provide a system that can detect issues fast, that can shut down the system, whenever there are problems. And again, as soon as there is an issue, the string levels, the array, the DC array will be lower, the voltage level will be lower to a safe level. Okay. So with this, I'll open for questions. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. And I'll pass Julia.
All right, thank you, Kleber. Our first question here, they asked if we will be sending a replay of this recording out so you guys can follow up for reference, and that answer is yes. We will be sending a follow-up email to everyone with this recording attached. So you'll be able to rewatch if you have any more questions or anything like that. So if you guys want to send any other questions you have for Kleber in the chat, in the questions portion, feel free to do that now. So we have one coming in here. They asked, any integration with utility level storage?
That's a good question. Thank you. Yeah. So we at this point, from a CNI perspective, we do not have an offering. We don't have an offer for storage. However, if it is an AC coupled solution, that is also, it can be integrated, with our inverters, because it is AC coupled. In other words, if you're connecting on the AC level, either have to be, say, after they step up transformer, then that can be accomplished. And I'll be happy, to answer any questions that you may have with the storage. Feel free to reach out to me.
All right. We don't seem to have any more questions coming in right now. Oh, here we have a couple now. So we were asked if you could share your contact information.
Yes, absolutely. Let me do this. If I can do, let me do it on the chat. I'll send to everyone. Let me type up here, SolarEdge.com. So feel free to send any questions that you may have. So I send it to you. That's my email address.
Awesome. And the next question we got coming here is, Is there a consumption monitoring solution that can monitor consumption of multiple panels?
So let me see if I understood. I mean, we do have, so each power optimizer is connected per 2 modules, okay? And we monitor power, so we monitor voltage, which then, I mean, you can also monitor power as well. You can plot, you know, I mean, the power output per time. So you can see the power of the optimizer per every 2 modules. If the question is specifically on per module, there are solutions. We do have an optimizer that it takes like what we call one-to-one optimizer, or like it's a 1 module per optimizer. That's also available. But then, I mean, then what happens is that, I mean, it's going to increase your balance of system. So depending on what you want to accomplish, you know, I mean, we can help you with either like the 2-to-1 and show you kind of how it's done with our 2-to-1 optimizer, or even if you really need, we can show you, I mean, how to do with the 1-to-1 optimizer.
So following up to that question, they're putting in the chat that they meant multiple electrical distribution panels, not solar panels, for consumption monitoring of the electrical usage panel.
Okay, so I think you're talking about the AC panel, I think. So we have we do have a energy meter. However, that only takes 1 input at this point. So, I mean, if you want to monitor for several outputs, right, for several panels or several inputs or outputs, several feeders, then you would need for every feeder, you'd need to put a energy meter and then bring that up, right? I mean, bring it to the monitor platform that you're using.
Awesome. I hope that answered your question. Next, we have, what will the availability for the new optimizers be?
Okay, good question. So the new optimizer is going to be, we are looking, it's available today, not to be delivered, but to be purchased with. So we are looking for projects in Q1, for Q1 2023. Okay, we know that a lot of folks, right, are starting to design their plants for Q1 and Q2 of next year now, and that's why, you know, you announced this product, and that now, I mean, it's available for, there is also pricing is already available. So just to summarize, availability for projects is starting Q1 of 2023.
Right. I'll give a second if anybody has some final questions to ask in the question portion over here. All right, I don't think we have any more questions coming in, so we might. We had somebody drop in the question portion asking about storage solutions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were referring to availability possibly.
Yeah, so we are let's put this way, from an energy perspective, or energy storage perspective, we are taking a look at the market, and this is something, this is a we are taking into consideration how things are going, especially with the IRA that just passed with the law, Inflation Reduction Act. And we are defining our roadmap and what's going to be our next step. So it is in our minds. So it is something that we want to be releasing. It's just that we don't know when that's going to be released. However, I must say that for residential is available. For residential applications, energy storage is available. And it's just that what I just said, that's for the CNI market, for the three-phase CNI market.
Great, thanks. Doesn't seem like we have any more questions coming in, so that concludes our webinar for today. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We have our contact information up on the screen here for Krannich Solar. And thanks again for joining, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.